So USA election over. Now we have crystal clear answer. Trump is new president, but it will take time and we have to wait till January 20 next year 2025 when Trump has full power. Before that, Biden can do anything. He can start any war, he can do anything, no limit. So better we start focusing on 2025, what will happen next. So this is US 10-year bond yield, and shocking thing, they decreased rate cut size from 50 to 25. Before election they did big size, after election they are doing small size 25. So if you see after election, Fed obviously doing hawkish shift. They decrease rate cut size and it is clearly hawkish. And in December if they do cut, that also will 25. I don't think they will do 50, because if they do 50, then history will see them like cartoon. So let's see what happen next. And that December FOMC meeting is still Biden will have full control on Powell, and I don't think before March 2025 when Trump will have full power, then we will have real FOMC meeting from Fed, real summary of economic projection. Before that I can only say future we are going to 2%. First they will go 3%, then little bit hawkish surprise, then 2% where we can expect bottom. If you see after September FOMC meeting, they did big 50 basis point cut. Since then yield are up, gold are up. So market clearly saying what Fed did before election influenced by Biden, that was total policy mistake, big inflation risk. But somehow Fed is fixing his mistake by decreasing rate cut size. So if Fed maintain that hawkish surprise after election, then yield will go down and 3%, then last 2%. If you see dollar index weekly chart, this is the reason I said trendline retest, that is big resistance, do not expect breakout. And last week there was shocking news, you can say biggest of all news, election and FOMC. Still this trend line did not break out. On weekly time frame you have full rejection by candlestick. So I am expecting downside dollar. Let's see how low it goes when market price more rate cuts. First cut size was 50, second 25. If size is increasing in future, dollar can go down more, but there will be more cut next year. So till then dollar index can stay below this yellow trend line. So support we will use for retracement 50 and 61, but trend line retest, big resistance, and for retracement will be for support. So Euro USD weekly chart, it did same as expected last week. Dollar index was testing trend line, but technically Euro USD looked like trend line breakdown. So this can be fake, and market is following dollar index trend line, not Euro USD trend line. So if dollar index fail from that weekly trend line, Euro USD will go up. So wait for reversal sign on intraday H4 and H1, then you can trade with bullish bias. GBPUSD H4 chart, and price break out the support zone, now sideways, looks like triangle pattern. So if dollar changes direction, if new intraday low come, then this area near 126 big static support level, near that area you can trade with bullish bias. Or dollar index already made its high near the trend line, then technically if low does not break out near 285, then double bottom, wait for breakout, on retest you can buy. USD JPY daily chart, vertical down correction. If you see, it is testing resistance zone, 61% for retracement top to bottom, a trend line. So this is a big resistance zone. And if you see this pair in 2025, Fed will cut interest rate. Don't worry, there will be aggressive rate cut next year in 2025. And BOJ, they will be hiking interest rate. When US 10-year bond yield, when it goes down, and JPY hike interest rate, so that interest rate difference will decrease and this pair will go down. So this is resistance zone, sale zone, and first support will be 140. So on intraday H1, when you see ceiling setup, a chart pattern, you can trade with bearish bias. USDCAD weekly chart, trend line, and a static resistance zone. You can see in past 2 years how many times price tested this resistance area but failed all the time, not testing upper part of this range. So if failed, price will return back to trend line. If breakout, then on retest you will buy. But I am expecting bearish dollar, lower yield, US 10-year, more rate cut pricing. So watch carefully. If price failed from this range, then you can trade with bearish bias. USDCHF, this area near 875, big static resistance level. So price showing rejection, last 3 daily candlestick, all of them showing rejection. So if resistance failed to break out, then price can retest upper part of this range once again. Bitcoin weekly chart, the last week candlestick is up, clear breakout, closing outside the trend line, while gold was down. So gold reacted to a strong dollar, strong yield, while Bitcoin trade against Fed balance sheet, QT and QE. In last FOMC speech, Fed directly talked about QT monetary policy. Announcement is coming soon, maybe December or first FOMC meeting under Trump, but announcement coming soon. So when QT end, that means shrinking balance sheet. Market already pricing that news, but funny part is when they will start QE again. So that was the reason I say if breakout come, that will be fake. But QT end coming soon, and QE is not happening anytime soon. Even if Trump did QE, force Fed to print money, instantly he goes into White House. Date is January 20. We have to wait till that day. Plus every time before QE there is a big market crash, big crisis. But this is going because of QT news. On official announcement, it can stop going up. First target will be retest of trend line. Silver weekly chart, price saw big rejection near 61% projection. You can see 3 weekly candlestick and red line. So WXY wave, price showing rejection on wave Y area. If price goes up, make new high, then there is possibility this can be ending time chart pattern. If you see H4 chart, then price fake out this upper trend line, then goes down, then retest this resistance zone, sideways correction, down again. So lower trend line also break out. So wait for correction pattern. You can trade with bearish bias, but you can see this 32 area. This is a big resistance level. This is a breakout. On retest, you can sell and target new lower low. GDX down in big way and yellow trend line breakout. So price failed from fake breakout of upper trend line going down. So lower trend line retest is next big dynamic support level near 36. So this is your correction. Wait for new sideways correction, but I think trendline retest buying will be more safer than in middle of chart pattern. So wait for trendline retest. You can see it is strong trendline. By the time this thing happen, gold will be more down. So buying near that area will be good technically, because if you compare this expanding wave chart pattern on daily to complete trend on weekly time frame, then W triangle chart pattern correction X, wave Y 38% projection, static resistance plus COT, they were very bullish that time, but last few weeks they are decreasing their position every week. So price failed from resistance zone, static and fib projection zone. On this weekly time frame, you can see there is no big support before 36, where you have daily time frame trend line. But if you see Newmont weekly chart, you can see after that vertical crash, still red line on weekly time frame. So this mining stock clearly say big trend reversal. So they dumped before election. Now let's see after Trump got power in 2025, what will be his fiscal policy, because Fed gave long lecture on his possible fiscal policy in FOMC speech. They do not want to wait. When Trump signed on fiscal policy, they are ready and testing in simulation. But somebody testing those policy on Newmont vertical chart. So if you see Newmont stock daily chart vertical line, price is still going down, no major correction, and now gold start going down. There was $100 dump. So if there is a trend reversal in precious metal trade, then Newmont is still giving clear signal, and more time gold stay below 2800. More wait for cheap money trade. US oil daily chart. If you have seen last week Fed FOMC speech, he said so many things about oil directly and clearly. So technically this is resistance zone. That weekly time frame trend line is still happening. Price waiting to make new lower low. But global recession, Trump do nothing to stimulate economy, then price can break below $65. Last week FOMC, there was clear hawkish shift from Fed going from 50 size to 25. But if we go back to September, there was monetary policy stimulus from Fed on name of hurricane, natural disaster. There was fiscal policy stimulus from Biden. So there were both type of monetary policy and fiscal policy stimulus, avoid recession, and now you have SP 500 up, breaking and making new high. And that NFP, they have officially said that can be because of hurricane and strike. If NFP goes above 100k once again, and those loose fiscal and monetary policy in September month worked. So before those things show in NFP or GDP, SP 500 already up. So weekly time frame price testing upper line of this expanding triangle chart pattern. WXY wave, price almost there, 100% projection 6108. Election over. Now it's only Santa Claus rally. If no support come from Trump and Powell in 2025, then upper trend line retest you can begin selling. Technically number is 6108. So I have explained in detail why trend line may not break out this time on weekly time frame, and dollar still stay in sideways range. So we have to see this correction how low dollar index go. But until this trend line breakout, we are short term bearish on dollar.